Hello, my dear students. In this video, we are going to discuss more concepts of the chapter carbon and its compounds. If you remember in the previous video, we had discussed about how the carbon-carbon chain will get formed, whether it is open chain or it is branched or it is rings. And even we had discussed about isomers, isomerism and different isomers of butane and pentane. Now we'll discuss more about this chapter. Let's move to the next slide. So, what are these functional groups? We have discussed that in case of carbon, it can form bonds with lot many atoms, not just hydrogen. It can form bonds with nitrogen, sulfur, chlorine, bromine, fluorine, oxygen, etc. So, these atoms which can get bond with carbon replacing hydrogen is called as functional group. So it's nothing but atom or group of atom that determines the properties of the carbon chain regardless of the length of the chain is called as functional group. And this atom or group of atom displaces or it takes the substitutes hydrogen in the carbon chain. Though the carbon chain is of different length, ಎಷ್ಟಾದ್ರೂ length ಇರಲಿ 3 carbon atoms ಇರಲಿ 10 ಇರಲಿ whatever it is, this particular atom or group of atom that has attached to the carbon in the place of hydrogen, that particular atom or group of atom which we call as functional group, that determines the properties of entire compound, whether the compound is of 3 carbon atom or it is 10 carbon atom, doesn't matter. Property entirely depends on functional groups. An element replacing hydrogen, whichever element that's replacing hydrogen, that particular element is called as heteroatom. Okay, so let us see more about these functional groups. Let us see here, methane is there, right? In the methane, one hydrogen I have put in the red color because indicating that that particular hydrogen will be replaced by another atom. You can see here this methane, here hydrogen is there. That particular hydrogen is removed. As that particular hydrogen goes down, that place will be taken by chlorine. So chlorine is coming to the place of hydrogen. So here chlorine is an heteroatom and chlorine is also a functional group because it's an atom that determines the property of entire structure of CH3Cl. So it was initially called as CH4. Alva? It was methane with the chemical formula CH4. When chlorine takes the position, it forms CH3Cl. Got it? It forms CH3Cl. So here chlorine is taking the position of hydrogen. Not just chlorine, there are other atoms also that can act as functional groups. They are, here one more I am giving, yeah, it is chloromethane. When chlorine comes and sits on in the place of hydrogen and hydrogen is kicked away, then it's called as chloromethane. Now, what are different types of functional groups? Here, previously I have shown only one, chlorine. There are many other functional groups. Let us see which are there. So, types of functional groups. It can be halogen. Halogen include chlorine, okay, bromine, Br, fluorine, F, iodine. Any of these can take the position of hydrogen and they all together called as halogens. So halogen can be one type of functional group. Alcohol can be another type of functional group. Alcohol is represented as OH. I'll show you that also. Aldehyde is another functional group. Ketone is one more. Carboxylic acid is another. So you have to remember these 5 functional groups. ನಿಮಗೆ 10th ಇರೋದು 5 ಮಾತ್ರ. Halogen, alcohol, aldehyde, ketone and carboxylic acid. So which is aldehyde, alcohol, ketone, carboxylic acid? Halogen I have given that it is chlorine, bromine, fluorine and iodine. So let us know which are these other four. So in case of alcohol, if you see here, in case of alcohol, it is having OH. Yeah, in case of chlorine, chloro or bromo is the heteroatom. It's called as halogen. Then the name will start with chloro or bromo. Cl or Br is the substitute that takes the position of hydrogen. In case of alcohol, heteroatom is oxygen. It will be OH. OH ಹೋಗಿ join ಆದ್ರೆ it's alcohol. Aldehyde ಅಲ್ಲಿ it is CHO. Short ಆಗಿ ಬರೆಯೋದಾದ್ರೆ we write it as one bond CHO. CHO ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ where it will be C double bond O single bond H. Ketone is CO. ಬಟ್ ಕೀಟೋನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಗಮನಿಸಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ ಎರಡು ಸೈಡು ಬಾಂಡ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಕಾರ್ಬಾಕ್ಸಿಲಿಕ್ ಆಸಿಡ್ COOH ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರೆಯೋದಾದ್ರೆ COOH ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಕಾರ್ಬಾಕ್ಸಿಲಿಕ್ ಆಸಿಡ್ ಯಾ ಈಗ ಇದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದೇ ಸೈಡ್ ಲೈನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋದು ಲೈನ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಅದು ಬಾಂಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಕೀಟೋನ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಆನ್ ಟೂ ಸೈಡ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ದಟ್ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟ್ ದಟ್ ದೀಸ್ ಆಲ್ three plus even carboxylic acid all these four are functional group that attaches at the end. It attaches at the end of chain. Carbon chain in a ಕೊನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ attach ಆಗೋದು ಇವು ನಾಲ್ಕು. Whereas ketone, only ketone. No other functional group do as ketone does. In case of ketone, it attaches in the middle. For example, I'll show you. In case of ketone, let me show you. It's having C, okay? Here another carbon is there, okay? So if ketone get attached, it should have minimum of 3 carbon atom. Okay, na? It attaches to the middle carbon atom. So this C middle carbon atom ke attach to CO aitu. Okay, and here the rest will be more bond beko. The more bond will be 3 bonds will be filled by hydrogen. And hage kali bittidini that indicates hydrogen. So here this particular CO is ketone functional group. It attaches in the middle. Whereas in case of alcohol, let us see. In case of alcohol, if we same take 3 carbon atoms, okay, if we take 3 carbon atoms, it can attach in the end. It can attach in the end, okay. It need not attach in the middle. The rest will be filled by what? The rest will be filled by hydrogen. Whichever bond I have kept empty, that will be filled by hydrogen. This OH, that is alcohol, can join in the end or even it can join here in the middle. It can join anywhere. Same with bromine, same with chlorine, same with carboxylic acid, same with aldehyde. It can join anywhere. Whereas in case of ketone, it attaches only in the middle. Attaches only in the middle. That's very important. Not just middle, only in the middle. It attaches only in the middle, whereas other 4, it can attach anywhere in the carbon chain. Got it, children? These functional groups you should remember. This table it should be registered in your mind. Halogen means chlorine, bromine, fluorine, iodine. Chloro, bromo, fluoro, iodine. ClBrIf. Okay, if it is alcohol, OH. If it is ketone, CO. If it is aldehyde, CHO. If it is carboxylic acid, COOH. Okay. So moving ahead. Yeah. Here we have methane again. Can you see the methane? I have removed the hydrogen. Who is coming? Chlorine is coming. Same as shown in the previous slide. Chlorine is taking the position of hydrogen. Hence it formed chloromethane. It was methane as chlorine attached, chloromethane aitu. So now instead of chlorine, one more is coming and attaching. Hydrogen hoito, who is coming? C double bond OH. CHO. This is aldehyde. So then it will be called as, then that particular compound, when CHO comes and attaches, it's called as ethanol. ಎಥೆನಾಲ್. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಎಥೆನಾಲ್. ಯಾಕೆ ಎಥೆನಾಲ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಇಫ್ ದ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ is CH3CHO, it's called as ethanol. Okay, so instead of CHO, it can also be C coming here. In this position, it can also be C double bond O. Okay, single bond O H. What's that? C double bond O single bond OH, COOH. That's nothing but carboxylic acid. So in the place of hydrogen, in hydrogen place alli, it can be chlorine, it can be bromine, it can be OH also. Simply it can be OH also. OH kuda bandu kutkoboda jagdalli. It can be any of these functional groups. Got it, children? Shall I move ahead? So here CHO is taking the place of hydrogen, or it can be even chlorine, bromine, it can be even alcohol, aldehyde, ketone, like that. I'll move ahead. Okay. So what do you mean by homologous series? This term homologous, you have studied in biology also. Don't get confused. There it is homologous organs. Here it is homologous series. Homo means similar ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. Homologous series ಅಂತ ಯಾವಾಗ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? It's called as homologous series when there is series of carbon chain compounds with the same functional group. Homo means same functional group that substituted for hydrogen in the carbon chain. ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಜಾಗನ ತೆಗೆದುಬಿಟ್ಟು ಸೇಮ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನಲ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡ್ ಗೆ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಆದ್ರೆ, ಸೀರೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡ್ ಗೆ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ? ಹೊಮೊಲೊಗಸ್ ಸೀರೀಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಇದೆ, ಸುತ್ತ ಯಾರಿರ್ತಾರೆ? ನಾನು ಎಂಟಿ ಲೈನ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೂ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ದೇರ್? ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ದೇರ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಜಾಗನ ಕ್ಲೋರಿನ್ ತಗೊಂಡು, ಒಂದ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಜಾಗನ ಕ್ಲೋರಿನ್, ಇನ್ನೆಲ್ಲದ್ರಲ್ಲೂ ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗೇನೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಾರ್ಬನ್, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ 2 ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ atoms. Okay, and empty bonds will be filled with whom? Hydrogen. Empty bonds, whichever I am leaving it empty, will be filled by hydrogen. Illiro one hydrogen na chlorine will take the position. So these two having same functional group but different number of carbon. Here only one carbon is there, here 2 carbons are there. Then this become a series, and that series is called as homologous series. Got it? It's called as homologous series because 2 compounds also is having a same functional group. Moving ahead. So here CH4 is there. CH4 is methane. Hydrogen is removed. Who took the place? OH has taken the place. Here OH has taken the place. Okay. Here also CH3 is there. That's nothing but C2H6 is there. Okay. Here also hydrogen is removed, and who is taking the place? OH is taking the place. Okay. So in both the case, whatever I have written there, chlorine ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದೆ ನಾನು ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ OH place ಅನ್ನ ತಗೋತಾ ಇದೆ. So these two are called as homologous series because both of them have OH functional group. OH functional group means alcohol as functional group. So what are the characteristics of this homologous series? Homologous series will have certain characteristics. Let us understand which are there. First one, they have same functional group. Already discussed in the entire series how much ever member is there, whether the member is 2 or 4 or 10, it will have same functional group. Either it is halogen or it is alcohol or it is carboxylic acid or it is ketone or it is aldehyde, functional group remains same. Next, each successive member differ with molecular formula CH2. Let us try to understand this with the help of example. Example, CH3OH and C2H5OH. ಅಲ್ವಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡನ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ನೋಡಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ. CH3OH. Okay, OH. Another one C2H5OH. Alva. Here, first one is actually methanol. Second one is ethanol. Okay, na? So, idra madhye differences anna nodi. If you see the difference between these two, OH cancels each other. Alva? OH cancel ಆಯ್ತು. ಈ OH cancel ಆಯ್ತು. H3 ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ H5 ಇದೆ. That means the difference is H2. 2 difference ಇದೆ. ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 1 ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಇದೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು 1 ಕಾರ್ಬನ್. CH2 is the difference. ಇದು ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋದು. I will give you one more example. C2H5 CHO, another C3H7 CHO. What's the difference among these two? Here also difference if we want to know. CHO cancels each other. Alva, it cancel ಆಯ್ತು. H7 ಮತ್ತೆ H5. That means difference is H2. C3 C2. ಯಾವ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ? 1 ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ. So the difference is CH2. So in a homologous series, successive member, first member, second member, ಅವೆರಡರ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಇರೋ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ it will be CH2. Second member, third member, ಅದರ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಇರೋ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ CH2. Third member, fourth member, that will also, but the difference would be CH2. So let me write one homologous series. We can cross verify it. I'm writing a homologous series CH4. Okay. C2H6 C3H8. Okay, so this is one homologous series. I'll write one more member. C4H10. Okay, so let us know the difference between these two. CH4 ಮತ್ತೆ C2H6. What's the difference? 1 carbon is more, 2 hydrogen is more. So CH2 is the difference. CH2 is the difference, right? Now, these two member. C2H6, C3H8. 1 carbon is extra, C carbon is extra, and H6H8. 2 carbon is, sorry, 2 hydrogen is extra. Now these two difference, let us know. C3 and C4. 1 carbon is extra, H8, H10. 2 hydrogen is extra. So in any homologous series you take, always successive member will have the difference in the molecular formula CH2. Got it? Moving ahead. Hope I have explained you with lot many examples. Always the difference of the successive members of the homologous series will be CH2. Each successive member differ with the molecular mass 14U. So if the difference in the successive member is CH2, then difference in the molecular mass will be 14U. How to calculate the molecular mass? I have taught you in your 9th standard. Molecular mass is sum of the atomic masses in the given particular molecule multiplied with the number of atoms, right? So here CH2 is the difference. What's the atomic mass of carbon? What's the atomic mass of carbon? Atomic mass of carbon is 12. Atomic mass of hydrogen is 1U. So CH2 ನಾನು molecular mass calculate ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ it is atomic mass of carbon, atomic mass of carbon plus atomic mass of hydrogen into 2. Because hydrogen atoms ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ? 2 ಇದೆ. So into 2. So that will be equal to atomic mass of carbon is 12U plus atomic mass of hydrogen is 1U into 2. That will be 12U plus 2U. That's equal to 14U. Hope you got it. Hope you got it, right? So difference between one member in the ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಮೆಂಬರ್ಗೆ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ CH2 ಇರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವುದರಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ CH2 ಇರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ 14U ಇರುತ್ತೆ. I have calculated here. So the difference in the molecular mass between two atoms will be 14U. Got it? So these are, hence the atomic mass of CH2 will be 14U. So this is how characteristics of homologous series are there. So first one, they'll have same homologous series. Successive member differ with molecular formula CH2, molecular mass 14U. There are two more properties which we need to discuss. Let me erase this. There are two more properties that we need to discuss. One is in case of homologous series. In case of homologous series, there is gradation in physical properties. Gradation means physical properties increase a definite amount. Not abrupt increase. Sudden agi peak ge hogodu, sudden agi kadme barodu agalla. There is gradation in physical properties. For example, you from first standard, first grade, you will go to second grade. Grade means second standard. From second grade, you will go to third grade. Not directly from first grade to third grade. So that is gradation. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? Abrupt means from first standard to direct fifth standard. That is abrupt increase. Whereas here gradation of physical properties happen where one after another different levels physical properties will differ. Why there is difference in the physical properties of homologous series? That's because every successive member differ with molecular formula CH2. So molecular mass is different. As molecular mass is different, definitely physical properties vary. They undergo gradation. Slow increase will happen. As the molecular mass increases in an homologous series, there is gradation in the physical properties. Molecular mass determines most of the physical properties. Like melting and boiling point, solubility is determined by the molecular mass. So, for example, melting and boiling point increases with increase in molecular mass. ಯಾಕೆ molecular mass increase ಆದಾಗ melting point or boiling point increases? Actually, melting point or boiling point is determines MP or BP. That's actually amount of energy required to break force of attraction between particles, right? When I'm heating a liquid, okay, I have to break the intermolecular force of attraction between the liquid particles, then I need to go for converting it into vapors. Then only it will get converted into vapors, right? So melting point and the boiling point itself is amount of energy. So if I increase the molecular mass, as molecular mass increases, molecular mass if increase, then there is increased force of attraction between particles. Okay, particles मध्ये force of attraction ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, hence MP or BP will increase. ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ ಯಾಕೆ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆದಾಗ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. when the molecule become bigger, force of attraction will be more. Solubility will also show similar gradation. So ability of an compound to dissolve in a particular solvent, that will also increase, so similar gradation. Okay, so as molecular mass increases, there will be increase in the melting and boiling point. So in this is also one of very important characteristics of homologous series, that they show gradation in physical properties. Then what about chemical properties? But the chemical properties remain same, as it is solely responsible, as it is solely depending on the functional group. Because of the completely functional group ಮೇಲೆ depend ಆಗಿರೋದಕ್ಕೆ, we'll tell that chemical properties of the homologous series remain the same. ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ homologous series ಅಲ್ಲಿ physical property increase ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಹೊರತು chemical properties remain the same. Got it? Understood this point? So here is a last activity for which is related to homologous series only. Let's try to answer the calculate the difference in the formula and molecular mass for CH3OH, C2OH. Difference in the formula and molecular mass CH3OH and C2H5OH, right? Difference we need to calculate. As I have calculated before, first OH cancels, right? H5, H3. How many difference? 2 hydrogen difference, right? And C2, C1. So 1 difference. CH2 is the difference. So if CH2 is the difference, molecular mass difference will also be obviously 14U. I need not calculate again. Already I have calculated in the previous slide. It is 14U. Next, for C2H5 and C2H5OH and C3H7OH. If you see here, in case of these two, carbon is 1 extra. You will not be able to see. Yeah, carbon will be 1 extra. So C and H5, H7. Hydrogen is 2 extra. And this C1, if you see C3H7OH and C4H9OH. 1 carbon extra and hydrogen 2 extra. Again, molecular mass is 14U difference. So these 3 also, that is A, B, A ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, B ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, C ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. All these 3 are having a difference of CH2 and 14U molecular mass. Hence, they belongs to, is there any similarity? Yes. What's the similarity? They have same functional group. Same functional group. FG means functional group. Okay. So arrange these alcohols in the increasing order carbon atoms to get a family. I have to arrange this in increasing order of carbon atoms. So first I should write CH3OH, 1 carbon atom, right? Then second I should write C2H5OH, 2 carbon atoms. Then I should write C3H7OH. Lastly, I should write C4H9OH. So I have written in increasing order of carbon atoms. Can we call this as if this family a homologous series? This is actually alcohol family, okay? Alcohol family. Can I call this alcohol family as a homologous series? Yes, I can call it. Why can I call it as a homologous series? Because the difference between each member is CH2 and molecular mass is 14U. Generate the homologous series for compounds containing up to 4 carbons with other functional groups that's given in the table 4.3. Previously when the green color table ನೋಡಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಫಂಕ್ಷನಲ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಇತ್ತು ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು 4 ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಆಟಮ್ಸ್ ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ 1ರಿಂದ 4 ಒಂದ್ ಮೆಂಬರು 4ರಿಂದ 1 ಮೆಂಬರ್ ಆ ತರ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ 4 ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಸೀರೀಸ್ ರೆಡಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. 1 ಐ ವಿಲ್ ರೈಟ್, ದ ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ರೈಟ್. ಓಕೆ, 1 CH3Cl, CH3Cl. Another member C2H5Cl. Third member C3H7Cl. Fourth member C4H9Cl. ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಮಾಡೋದು ತುಂಬಾ ಸುಲಭ. ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಒಂದ್ ಮೆಂಬರ್ ನೀವು ಬರ್ದ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಉಳಿದಕ್ಕೆ ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಡೂ, ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಕೀಪ್ ಆನ್ ಆಡಿಂಗ್ CH2 ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಈಗ ಒಂದನ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್ ನ 3 ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್ ನ ನೀವು ಬರೀಬೇಕು. HCHO. Right, next members 1, 2, 3 members you should write HCHO. What you need to do? Add CH2. Next member ಮತ್ತದಕ್ಕೆ add CH2. ಇದು ಒಂದನ್ನ ನೀವು ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಬೇಕು. First question. And another one that you should write is HCOOH. You should write other members 1, 2, 3 other members you should write. Okay, will you be able to write? It's definitely easy. Try to answer these 2 questions. I'll catch you up with another video shortly for continued discussion of the chapter. Thank you for watching my videos and keep supporting me by subscribing my channel if you have not done it, and do like my videos and share with your friends if you find it useful. Thank you.